How we doing? 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 We doing good. We doing good. Got some stuff, man. Oh, my back. Well, that was an easy fight, man. That was a pretty easy fight. It was a good fight, though. It was a good fight, though. Shout out Drickus for showing hard, at least. A lot of guys would have quit in there. Sean Strickland, Paulo Costa, they would have all quit. They would have got dominated and quit super easily. But, it is what it is. People want to hate on us for winning, how we want to win. I'm sure any other fighter, if they had the option to do that, they would. But any fighter, I mean, Nate Diaz, Nate Diaz, Jorge, like all these guys, they're just upset. They just can't be on the level. Nate Diaz is fighting for some relevancy, but whatever. People are fighting for relevancy, lad, yeah. What's up? We ended DDP. We did end DDP. We destroyed him, quite frankly. Dude, after our fight card, I don't know why, but like I low-key feel like I didn't drink or anything, but I feel hungover after a fight because maybe I just stay up too late and Usman's legacy takes another W. I said this before. I said Usman was going to be Chimaev's hardest fight because you look at it stylistically, Usman had the skills. But Usman's washed now, so Usman should retire on top. He's made enough money. Usman should retire on top because if he takes another fight, he's going to lose 100%. Nate Diaz would get murdered. He's just a big mouth. Yeah, he's just trying to give his opinion because, I don't know, people think they need to listen to his opinion. I don't know. You're going to touch me? All right, bro. Man, Drickus was humble, and I think the South Africans are pretty humble. But you know who I think isn't humble? All the MMA guru-esque dudes. Like that little phenotype, I guess you would call it, of like the MMA guru type people who are like, I don't want to say they're basement dwellers because it's pretty, I don't know. People just coping. How's your day? Good. I didn't do nothing yet today, really. But it's good, man. It's good. I've been seeing a lot of people getting mad, man. Now so-called MMA experts who pick DDP or coping. Hamzat also commented under InstaReel about that with the laughing emoji because they're all saying if it goes past 2 rounds. I know, but these people don't understand. It's like people don't understand, man. People don't understand. People just don't understand how it works. People said he has no cardio, but at the end of the day, they weren't listening to anybody. The only reason they said Chimaev had no cardio is because they were just listening to Instagram comment sections. They weren't going back and looking at the fights. They were just doing guesswork practically. They weren't putting any effort into believing. How much money did you win? Not a lot, like 150, 150. I lost 2 of my parlays, so it is what it is. I should have pulled out. I kind of had a feeling it was going to go decision. I say that now, but like, I should have pulled out. The skill gap was embarrassing. 21 minutes on his back. Was it 21 minutes on his back? Yeah. Drickus du Plessis was on his back for 21 minutes. Yeah, it was a rough fight. It was a really rough fight for Drickus. I mean, Drickus just didn't want to do anything. Drickus just didn't want to do anything. Drickus was so focused on not getting submitted and not getting TKO'd. He just said, you know what? Drickus thought it was, I don't know, maybe he thought there was like 10 more rounds or something. I don't understand. But yeah, he looked embarrassing. I mean, I don't want to shit on him while a man's down, hit a man while he's down, but I mean, what are you gonna do, bro? What are you gonna do? You want to appear calm in his corner? Yeah, I know. He's in the 5th round trying to hype up the crowd like you haven't been literally on your knees the entire time. Dude, if they had knees to a grounded opponent, dude, Drickus would have been murdered. Drickus would have been finished in the 3rd round. They should add knees to a grounded opponent. Doing 500 profit thanks to Chimaev easy money. Really? That's good, man. That's good. I wonder what it's been good, man. It's been good. But now that was kind of the climax, I guess, apex of what's been going on. Chimaev versus DDP was like the best fight we could have. You know, DDP was helpless. Now they're hyping Anthony Hernandez. He will not give Hamzat any problems at all. No, Anthony Hernandez won't give Hamzat any problem. But I think that's an interesting fight in terms of like how will Chimaev take that fight. You know, and you got to keep in mind that there's something about becoming a champion that makes you better. Like DDP was the best he's ever looked against Chimaev. I think DDP looked the best he ever looked against Chimaev. But Anthony Hernandez, if Chimaev tries to strike with Anthony Hernandez, he could win. He could honestly. His jab was so good, dude. Did you guys see his jab in that fight against DDP? That was, dude. That jab, I think that was the best jab you've ever seen, man. Best jab you've ever seen. That was a coordinated effort to try to get Hamza KO'd in the 5th. Why would the UFC want him to lose Kadyrov? The UFC didn't want to see him lose. Mark Goddard wanted to see him lose. Mark Goddard had it out for him. Mark Goddard was an op last night, so he's officially on the op list. And bro, it looked like Hamza got kneed in the face on every entry. Yeah, he got almost kneed on the first shot in the first round, and then he got kneed I think in the 4th or 5th round. But he ate it. He was looking a little suspect on the feet. I think Chimaev's reaction time on the feet is pretty atrocious. It's pretty atrocious. I'm not gonna lie. Chimaev's reaction time on the feet is very, very concerning, I feel. It's very, I don't know if Drickus might just be fast, though. That could just be Drickus being fast, because Drickus tagged Sean Strickland. He's tagged Adesanya as well. So it's like, maybe Drickus is just really fast and he knows how to catch you off guard, but Drickus was landing, and not only was he landing, Hamza's reaction time was really, really slow. Bad cardio narrative is dead. It should have been dead the whole time. I mean, I tried to tell people, I tried to warn people that Chimaev's cardio is not bad. Like, how many times have I told you guys that Chimaev's cardio is not bad at all, and that people are just over-exaggerating it because they want to hate on him? You picked Chimaev and who fanned him, but that fight was disappointing. Hamza would smash Fluffy. The fight was disappointing. Yeah, it was a little bit disappointing. I kind of expected Drickus to go for it a little bit more. Drickus just didn't go for it, like, at all. Like, let's be honest, Drickus did not go for it at all. He got caught. He literally got crucified multiple times. Didn't go for it at all. I mean, that's on Drickus, though. Because if you're a fighter, if you could pick how you want a fight to go, you'd pick that fight. You'd be like, yeah, well, I would want to just dominate my opponent, win every round, 10-8 them, take no damage, just beat on my opponent the entire fight. Of course. But it's on Drickus to, Drickus didn't stuff a single takedown. He didn't get up to his feet in scramble because Drickus accepted defeat. Let's be honest, Drickus accepted defeat. He refused to scramble because he knew he would be expending more energy than Chimaev. But if you want to beat Chimaev, you're going to expend more energy than him. You will expend more energy than Chimaev if you are going to plan on beating him. That's just the fact, and you have to come to terms with that. I think your mindset into a Chimaev fight, no one's had the right mindset going into a Chimaev fight. Whitaker refused to be in a bad position. Then he got choked out. Drickus accepted being in a bad position, thinking he would be able to have his moments. But that's not the mindset you need to be in. The mindset you need to be is I don't want to be in bad positions. I'm not going to accept bottom position. I'm not going to rush, but I will put more effort than Chimaev to get up to my feet. So I will probably you have to be ready to have double the gas tank of Chimaev, which is going to be impossible, but it's a mindset you need to go in there. I think if anybody's going to beat Chimaev, it's going to be, you have to beat Chimaev in the first 2 rounds. I think you have to beat Chimaev in the first 2 rounds, or else he'll just beat you up or finish you. So I think you have to match Hamzat's crazy. You genuinely have to match Hamzat crazy in that first round. People don't understand Hamzat's one of the best grapplers in the MMA history. Brendan Schaub was saying Hamzat Camp couldn't find one guy to match Hamzat in grappling. Yeah. You think Ankalaev stops Chimaev? I don't know. That's an interesting fight. I haven't put any effort into thinking about that. Would have been interesting if Dricus got Kamaru Usman, who had defended some of Chimaev's takedowns in his camp. What would Kamaru Usman do to help Dricus? Kamaru Usman would not have helped Dricus. Dricus needed to go 100% from the very beginning. Instead, Dricus said, I'm going to wait out the first round. The first round, I'm going to lose it. You cannot lose the first round against Chimaev. You have to match as crazy. DDP was downloading data. Fluffy Chimaev will be cool. Yeah, it's good. That'd be interesting. It would be an interesting fight. Because Fluffy could match Chimaev's crazy. But he could also get submitted in the first round. And then on the feet, I think Chimaev's a little bit better. Fluffy wouldn't be able to walk down Dolidze. DDP has always been ass. He never fought anybody at that level. No, DDP's not ass, bro. What? Can't say, bro. That's what I hate. Someone loses. This guy's 8-1 in the UFC. Former champion, 2 title defenses. You cannot be talking about this guy's ass, bro. This guy's good, and he showed against Chimaev that he's good. Yeah, at least he's competent. Izzy would have gotten submitted, but at least Izzy probably would have went for it. Sean Strickland, dude, I can't believe people are genuinely backing Sean. Dude, I can't believe Sean Strickland's talking like I'm gonna beat Hamzat, bro. What are you talking about? This guy's getting taken down by DDP at will. Very assalamu alaikum, bro. Strickland's delusional? No, just Strickland's not even delusional. He knows he'd get dominated by Chimaev, but he just wants that payday. Like, I could say in that case, we can go watch wrestling instead of UFC, but it was damn boring. The ref had to separate him. Fuck ass match, but a win is a win. Can't complain. Yeah, you can't, bro. Go watch boxing, bro. The Punisher. Hey, go watch boxing, bro. The ref had to separate it because it was Mark Goddard, and he doesn't know how to ref a fight. Stop it. But it's on DDP to force a position change. It's on DDP to do something to get out of that position. You cannot say it was all Chimaev just literally dominating. Don't need like Dricus needed to learn how to stuff a takedown. Let's be honest. DDP was too confident and cocky. His coach was just talking like DDP will get back up. Yeah. Do you guys not remember how DDP's coach is like, nah, you can't beat my fighter with just one thing. And then he proceeds to get just wrestled and grappled on the entire fight. No, you can't be my fighter if you only have one thing. Chimaev with only one thing just completely destroys his fighter, shuts him down, dominates him with 10-8 rounds. Famous last words of former champion. I will get back if he takes me down. Yeah, true. Turkish just has bad takedown defense, was exposed. Now I finally know how to wrestle. Yeah. Just discrediting comes, let's win. Yeah, I know. Strickland would out-grapple Dricus. He didn't. They fought. He didn't. That's what I'm saying. DDP could benefit from someone reaching him takedown defense. Teaching him takedown defense. Yeah, but Dricus knows takedown defense. He's a champion. Of course he knows takedown defense. What he doesn't know is how to stop Chimaev's takedowns. Dricus, even in moments where he did stuff the takedowns, he just wasn't prepared for the chain wrestling of Chimaev. Okay, you stuffed the first takedown. Okay, what about the second takedown? Okay, you stuffed that takedown. What about the third takedown? You're disappointed not having a brawl. You were expecting a brawl. Yeah, you should blame that on Dricus. Gilbert Burns, he stopped Chimaev's grappling, and then it turned into a brawl because Chimaev's like, okay, let's go. You want to brawl? Let's brawl. Right? Chimaev also decided not to grapple Burns, so it's not like Burns did not shut Chimaev down. Chimaev genuinely chose not to grapple Burns because he wanted to finish him. He wanted to knock him out. He was, How do you think MVP versus middleweight Alex Pereira goes? Pereira would KO him. Probably break his leg with a one leg kick, bruh. One title against Strickland, defend against out of prime Izzy and Strickland. How is that not ass? Beat Robert Whittaker, who's a good fighter. Beat Israel Adesanya. You say he's out of prime Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya's looked the best against Dricus and Imavov. What are you talking about? Bro, what? Izzy's looked the best against Dricus and against Imavov. and Strickland again. Yeah, the second Strickland one was pretty rough, but Strickland's good too. Goofiness can work for striking, but grappling is very salam alaikum. Very salam alaikum. Why can't you go watch wrestling that way? That statement makes no sense to go watch boxing. Yeah, but you want to brawl. This isn't about brawling. This is MMA, bro. this is MMA, bro. You need to do what I do. I literally only train. Dude, when I show up to Muay Thai class, I only train sprawls. When I show up to Jiu-Jitsu, I only train sprawls. When I show up to wrestling practice, bro, at Penn State, I only train sprawling. That's all I do is train sprawling. Nothing else. Only sprawling. That's all I do day in, day out, multiple hours a day, bro. You're disappointed not having a brawl. You expected a brawl. It is what it is. Chimaev didn't just wrestle. It's called wrestling. It's called grappling. It's called jiu-jitsu. It's called mixing in the strikes. Chimaev dominated. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you want? It's like, dude, imagine how crazy it would be if you saw, like, imagine seeing Volk dominate Max Holloway on the feet in the third fight, and then saying, "Dude, Volk, why did you just stand with Max Holloway in that third fight, bro? You should have shot a takedown. You should have shot a takedown, bro. You should have done something else. You should have done what I wanted you to do, not what you wanted to do to get the win." It's like, bro, what are you talking about? Burns BJJ black belt. He was shook off that guard. No, Chimaev just didn't want to grapple Burns because he wanted to knock him out because he thought Burns was terrible on the feet and he could have just, destroyed him. But, Burns survived. It was also Ramadan, so Chimaev wasn't feeling the best. So it is what it is. Hamza will make easy work of Alex Pereira. 100%. Bro, Alex Pereira? Are you kidding me? Alex will get destroyed. They get more famous. Why did Pereira do that degen shit? I don't know. It's Pereira, bro. But he's always been on that. Ever since he lost Adesanya. Adesanya changed Pereira's career. He's made so much money, he's not even worried about fighting anymore. You mean Chimaev did not prove himself? He should have finished DDP, which you couldn't. I'm not hating Chimaev. I'm literally from the UAE, just disappointed he could finish DDP. Yeah, but in order to finish someone at the highest level, they have to give opportunities, right? So let's look at Islam versus Moicano. What happened in that fight? Islam shot a takedown, got Moicano down, and then what did he do when Moicano was on the ground? Do you remember what happened? Islam was landing little punches here and there, controlling, landing some little punches here and there, and then what happened? Moicano made a mistake trying to get up to his feet where he thought he would do best, and then Islam subbed him. If Dricus tried to explode to get up to his feet and made a mistake, if Dricus actually tried to do anything other than survive, he would have gotten submitted. It's not Chimaev's fault. You can't force a submission, especially at the highest level, and I would know. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm in the training room, man, and I'm practice sprawling, you cannot, at the highest level, you just can't. They're coping on X. They are coping bad. Dog, you don't do anything physical. You wish. It's so funny when Dricus tried to power his way out of the ground but failed miserably. Dude, at Penn State, man, when you get guys in crucifix, man, that shows like you're such high level. When you're training jiu-jitsu, bro, like you get white belts in crucifix. You don't get these higher belts in crucifixes. Like it's so hard to get someone who's close to your level in a crucifix. You have to be at least 6 levels above someone in order to get a crucifix. And look what Chimaev did. Like Chimaev crucifix, bro. Chimaev was saying that he just crucifix his friends when Chimaev's trying to have fun. He just crucifixes his friends. And Dricus just got crucifixed in a fight. It's tough. Hamza got nothing to prove to those virgins. He got some knock. Yeah, I know. Heaven forbid Chimaev has a dominant performance, multiple 10-8s. Like, I don't understand. These people said Chimaev couldn't go to the 5th round, goes to the 5th round, and they're still not happy because they wanted Chimaev to give Dricus a chance to win. It's like, bro, what? Congratulations, brother. Thank you, bro. We did it. PTSD, oh, interesting. That would make sense. The stand-up in the 5th was 100% coordinated. Alma was amazing because I saw DDP look pathetic. Yeah, I don't know. DDP's coach. I don't know what's up with DDP's coach. Hamza will never truly be loved by MMA fans, especially with Guru's Corner and all. Yeah, he'll never be loved. He'll never be loved until he's about to retire. But I think Chimaev should probably get like 3 more fights, and then I think he should retire. No, not 3 more fights. Maybe like 2 more years, 3 more years, 2.5 years of fighting, and then Chimaev retires. 2.5 years of fighting, then Chimaev retires. We do not need Chimaev to play the long game, bro. You hear? Just eating chicken. It's more satisfying to see DDP's coach lose. Yeah, your Profit MMA. I said, bro. I said Chimaev didn't have cardio issues. I said Chimaev could have won a decision. You reckon UFC will give us a rematch? No, never. Why would they ever do that? That is the most dominant fight in a title we've seen for freaking forever. Like, there would be no case. How are you even supposed to promo that? How are you supposed to promo that? Yeah, well, I know he 10-8'd me multiple rounds, won every single round, completely dominated me on the ground, crucified me multiple times, but still. You don't know if Fluffy has a chance against him? Dude, I'm telling you, there is only one guy who poses any threats to Chimaev at middleweight, and that's Kyle Baralho. Kyle Baralho will finish Amavov, and then he can genuinely give Chimaev issues. Fluffy's done, yeah. You're the king of all MMA YouTuber. Thank you, bro. DDP entire corner. Yeah. Dude, isn't it crazy how DDP's corner after the first round, they're like, that's the best he got. Bro, that's the best he got. That's the best he got. Get ready, because we are about to kick his ass, bro. We made it. Dude, DDP's corner, when they made it at the first round, they're like, now it's going to be easy, right? Now it's smooth sailing. Bro, Dricus, that's the best he got. We're going to make it out the first round. Dricus, we made it out the first round, Dricus. I wouldn't be surprised if Dricus' coach grabbed him by the shoulder, started shaking him. Dricus, we made it out the first round. We did it, bro. Now it's time to win the fight, all right? Let's go win this fight. It's like Dricus' whole game plan was literally survive the first round. And then they just didn't think about anything else. They're like, okay, well, as long as we make it at the first round, we'll win, right? Arman told him to take his back going into round 2. Hamza did it right away. That's good. That's good. Arman was in the corner. But how do we think Lerone Murphy versus Volk goes? I think Lerone Murphy, dude, Lerone Murphy could do well against Volk. That's an interesting fight. Still waiting on Hamza to reveal. He was DDP all along. Hamzat's not gonna reveal. He's DDP all along. Dude, do you see they're trying to say that Chimaev is on EPO? It's like, they're like, oh, dude, Chimaev's cardio improved too much. Yeah. After working with Sam Calvita, who has also worked with Chael Sonnen, who got popped for steroids, as well as TJ Dillashaw, who got popped with steroids. They stingy with the 10-8s yesterday, but threw one with the Usman fight. Bro, dude, Diener, if the first 3 rounds of the Dricus versus Hamzat fight could have been 10-8s, they could have been 10-8s. But if those are 10-8s, is round 1, 2, and 3 are 10-8s, then what Chimaev did to Kamaru Usman is a 10-7. Like, looking back, they should have given Chimaev a 10-7 against Kamaru in that first round. Multiple submission attempts, could have finished him multiple times. Kamaru Usman was literally holding on. He was this close to getting submitted. At least Dricus didn't get put in any like deep submissions. He just got beat up. There are at least 2 10-8s, at least 2, yeah. I mean, TJ's coach, so we never know. Hi, bro. So if Tapura moves up to 170, wins a belt too, he will be the first triple champ? Yes. MMA Guru may be the one who set the plan. Yeah. Dude, MMA Guru is hilarious, bro. This guy thinks his crash outs are hilarious. I'm waiting for a crash out. What's the next fight you're most excited for? Islam JDM, obviously. Cyril Gahn, Aspinall, it's an interesting one. I kind of want Cyril Gahn to beat Aspinall. Tapuru's too small for 170? Yeah. You could knock people out, though. Can Arman do the same thing to Ilya what Hamza did? No. Because Ilya has proper one-punch power. Dricus can kill you with one punch, but it's not like proper one-punch power. Big respect to Dricus, the man with the big heart. Don't give up. I'm just joking. You were terrible. You got dominated for 5 straight rounds. Bilal Muhammad. Nah. Dude, Bilal Muhammad's hilarious. Respect to Dricus, bro. He was humble. Gone beats Tom? I hope so. Ilya Gaethje in December, Insider News. Interesting. DDP came to obey Hamzat and be a good boy without risking anything. I know, he didn't risk anything. It was pretty rough. People are underestimating Gon way too much. Gon beats Tom. Yeah, I want to see Gon beat Tom. I think that'd be the most hilarious. Because then, dude, if Gon beats Tom, we move up. Dude, this is the perfect timeline. Pereira beats Uncle Ive. Gon beats Tom. Then we move up to fight Pereira, beat Pereira. Move up to fight Gon, we beat Gon. Like, that'd be hilarious. That would actually be hilarious. Hamza could become the first triple champ, going from middleweight to light heavyweight to heavyweight. That could be like the ultimate absolute destruction. And it's so possible. If Pereira, with the right circumstances, Pereira and Gon, we could submit them all. DP plans with the turtle for 2 to 3 rounds, let Chimaev gas, and then finish Chimaev in the later rounds. Yeah, that was. And it's just... DDP started to believe the rumors about Chimaev's cardio. If DDP listened to me, he would have developed at least a better game plan. Gon being Tom would be so funny. Yeah, like Gon striking's level above Aspinall's. I think so too. Listen, Dak, I still can't believe what Hamza did to DDP. He took him down every time like a child. Yeah, he showed there's at least 4 levels between. Ilya and Gaethje is such a shit matchup, but 85% it's in December because Gaethje keeps crying. Yeah, Gaethje's going to sleep and then probably retiring. Jones Gon was fixed now. Tapuria doesn't have the frame to take damage at 170. Where should Chimaev be in pound for pound? I think 4. Probably it. I think pound for pound should go Islam, Ilya, Chimaev, Marab, Volk, Pantoja, Ankalaev, Aspinall. Jones would clown Tom so hard he wouldn't even be in the wrong. Yeah. Someone in another chat was telling me that Aspinall is better striking than Gon. I was like, what are you talking about? Dude. But these are the same guys that said Chimaev has bad cardio, you know? I wonder how much the staff played a role in Chimaev's more cautious approach. I don't know. He said he had no injuries, so I think the staff wasn't affecting him too bad. We don't even know if it's confirmed at all yet, so it is what it is. Do you see Gon train with Olympic gold medalist? He has a chance to defend the takedowns. Yeah, but the problem with Cyril Gon is that he just doesn't have the he just doesn't have the. He's a pretty boy. At the end of the day, Cyril Gon's just a pretty boy. Nothing wrong with that. He can make a lot of money, but he just doesn't have. I don't think he has the grit to survive scrambles. But people say Aspinall's going to take down Gon and submit him, which is possible, but we haven't seen much of Tom's takedowns and ground game. Yeah, we have. He has pretty good takedowns, pretty good ground game. If Cyril Gon wins, Johns would be happy. Of course, yeah. Of course he would be happy. He'd be the most happy guy. He didn't impose his will. Bitch, Chimaev is dancing right now with Kadirov's son at at Abu Dhabi. Yeah, probably. Let's be honest, yeah. But it is what it is, man. Do you fault people for hanging around good old Donald Trump? I don't know. They're probably equal. I mean, let's be honest. If we look at who's killed more people, I don't know. What about cardio? We've never seen him fast 2 rounds. I don't think Tom has a cardio issue. I think it's fine. Never thought I'd see a day my boy would support not intending to end the fight or advancing a better position. Dude, there's no such thing as a better position than crucifix. What is a better position than crucifix? Like, advance the position. Bro, he's in side control and crucifix. That's the most advanced position you can be in. He was in guard. He was in Dricus's guard for like what? 30 seconds? Can you end fight in chat? What fight? I'm also concerned about Chimaev's striking defense. Only let down of the fight for me. Wonder if he was just thrown off by the ref stand-up. I was pretty concerned with Chimaev's striking defense too. Yeah. That's one thing I was thinking about. Chimaev's striking defense is very, very, very suspect. But I also believe Dricus just has really good, fast, unorthodox striking that is able to catch Chimaev off guard. But if I'm Chimaev, I'm working on my striking defense. I'm working on my head movement. That's one thing I would do is work on my head movement. Work on my head movement. Work on my feints. Hamzat not better than Habib? Yes, he is. Hamzat is way better than Habib. Habib never beat someone the level of Whitaker, never beat someone the level of Dricus, never beat someone the level of even Kamaru Usman, never beat someone the level of even Gilbert Burns. Let's be honest. He never beat someone at that level of any of those guys. Pitter patter shots and crucifix isn't causing fight ending intent. You said move to it. You said, you literally said he was not intending to fight or advancing to better position. A crucifix is the best position you can have. That's what you do to white belts. And the only reason Chimaev wasn't trying to end the fight is because Dricus was just in survival mode. What do you want Chimaev to do? Force a TKO? Force a submission? Can't force it. Dricus should have forced getting up. So I don't know. DDP is good, man. I said before the fight they were gonna say DDP was never that good after he lost. Nah, DDP is good, of course. Kaiser Kura getting done so bad, yeah, it was pretty rough. But I told you guys, Tim Elliott's. Can we conclusively say Habib is a hater and wanted Chimaev to get? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Dude, I can't believe Habib came with the advice of Hamza just strike with him. Are you insane? Habib's one of the biggest haters. Habib, Dean Thomas, all a bunch of haters, bro. When's your next fight? I don't know. Dage's striking defense is wrestling offense. Every time DDP landed, he got taken down. Yeah, but you still don't want to get punched in the face, though. Like, it seemed like he was just a little bit slow. Habib never got knocked down like Gilbert did to Hamza, too. Yeah, but Habib never fought someone like Gilbert Burns. A crucifix in football is equivalent of being your opponent 7-0. Yeah, I mean, it's just pure domination. Habib has lost 2 rounds. One to Gaethje, one to Conor McGregor. Third round to Conor, first round to Gaethje, I think. I feel like Habib wanted Hamza to lose so he wouldn't destroy Islam. Yeah, of course, bro. He wanted his own. I can't believe Sean Strickland's talking. This guy cannot be talking, bro. You're the most boring fighter ever. You change your bio? No, why would I change my bio, bro? Can't be perfect to Habib at the same issue. Habib, it is what it is. What do you think about MVP though? What do you think he should do? 170 or 185? I think he could go to. I want to see. I know this fight would never happen, but I would want to see MVP versus Adesanya. That'd be absolutely amazing. That'd be dope. I thought you were undefeated in pro boxing. No, but that's my record, bro. What's in the bio is the real record, the official record. 24-2 is the boxing record. MVP's legit. No, I don't know legit, but 29 minutes of control time. There's only 25 minutes in a 5-round fight. How does he have 29 minutes control time? And not one significant strike or winded up punch. Winded up? Is that what you're trying to say? Winded up punch? He had 37 significant strikes. So I don't know what you're talking about. He had 21 minutes control time, 12 takedowns, and 37 significant strikes, 520 strikes. Dricus needs to learn how to just not try to survive. All he was doing was trying to survive. So MVP beats Izzy? I don't know. You never get why Murphy was the underdog? Well, I mean, you say that now. It's easy to say now that he shouldn't have been the underdog, but there is reasons to understand why he's the underdog. Because Aaron Pico is legit. He is a great fighter. But he just, he's got caught. Aaron Pico just got caught. It is what it is. He didn't need significant strikes to get 10-7. Yeah, I know. He 10-8'd him, bro. If you have like a math, let's say you're in school and you have a math test and you could ace every question, or you could try to think outside the box and maybe you'll answer it right and it will look good, but on the other off chance you might fail. What are you doing? You're going to ace every question. You're not going to take the risk and potentially fail, especially if there's nothing coming your way. But Mavov beats Kaio. You need to fight Chimaev, bro. And Mavov would get destroyed by Chimaev on the feet too. What is a Mavov going to do? A Mavov gassed hard against freaking Brendan Allen. Mavov is the same issue as Sorogan. It's just that he has no level of perseverance. He's just French, bro. He's just French. He's a French guy. These guys don't have much. Perseverance or tenacity. So it is what it is. It's so hard for UFC to come up with a fight that will excite fans. Chimaev looked undefeatable. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some fights they could hype up. I think the Kyle Baralho fight is a fight they can hype up, especially when he's carrying the aura of the fighting nerds and the fact that they used to train together. It's a combat sport, not laying on someone, inflicting no damage. Oh, you mean landing almost 600 punches? That's not combat? Let me land 600 punches on your face and try to tell me that's not combat. It is a combat sport. It's not a survive sport. So blame it on Dricus for surviving. You should learn how to not just survive. Combat sport, not laying on top of your opponent. What about combat sport, not curling up in a ball and trying to protect yourself the entire time? What are you talking about? Nearly 600 punches. Dricus should have, I don't know, maybe tried to do something. Hamza did it. Yeah, I know, obviously. Fans are so mad. I know it's bad. It's a combat sport, not laying down, surviving, hoping your opponent gets tired. Yeah, literally. It's a combat sport. It's MMA. Try to, I don't know, have at least some defense. Dog walk Dricus. Guru so mad. I know. Yeah, I'm King Terzi. I have a couple things I'm gonna be coming out with soon. One video is about kind of just going over all the haters and seeing what they have to say now. Hamza was a lock. Yeah, I was telling the South African fans blame Dricus. Yeah, 100%. You have to blame Dricus for that performance. They're booing so loud. Yeah, you gotta blame Dricus. I mean, what do you want? Would you want Chimaev to just let him up so he can try to knock him out? I mean, what is that? You want Chimaev to get out of a crucifix and let Dricus to his feet? What is that? Guru's calling Rob more fun than Hamza. Yeah, but Guru has a small brain. He has a small brain. He's not able to think long term. He's not able to do any of that. I mean, calling Marab more fun than Hamzat. I mean, if you look at every single one of their fights, Hamzat's way more entertaining. They were calling Hamzat boring. Dude, do we not remember them calling Hamzat boring after he beat Kamaru Usman? They're like, dude, what an anticlimactic fight. What a boring fight for Hamzat. And then the next fight submits to Robert Whittaker in the first round. Dude, Hamzat's the most exciting fighter in the world. Even better, if you're going to put out a fire, you don't use multiple cups of water if you have a bucket. Fans want Hamza to lose attempting to mix martial arts. Yeah. Guru's doing pretty well with the decision considering he's mentally retarded. Yeah. Bro, I saw a TikTok of some South African lady about he just held him and didn't let him fight. I look, he felt bad because he actually didn't know shit. That's rough, bro. That is rough. I know what you're saying. That is rough. You're, how? I don't think Merab is boring, but saying he's less boring than Chimaev is a blatant lie. I know, but he's just coping, bro. He's just coping. You look at their fights, you know, but Merab isn't even that boring. I mean, is Merab boring? In the Sean O'Malley fight, I mean, it was fairly boring, but then again, is it on Sean O'Malley to do something? Maybe, you know. And Merab didn't even dominate Sean O'Malley. That first fight was Sean O'Malley won 2 of those rounds. So, didn't Thomas hiding? Yeah, no. People are coping bad. Merab's last 2 performances were great, but that's it. No, the Michael Morales fight was pretty good. The Aldo one was pretty bad, but everybody does that. Volk had a bad fight against Aldo. Mario Bautista had a bad fight against Aldo. So it is what it is. Um, Merab, Umar, Henry Cejudo. That was a fun fight. Merab, Henry Cejudo. You said Hamza loses to a guy in a bar and he wouldn't have his back. It's hilarious. I did see that. Guru's like, what did he say? He's like, dude, I used to think that if if I was in a bar fight with a UFC fighter, I used to think that I'd be able to win. But now I don't think so if I had Chimaev with me in a bar fight. It's like, bro, do you think anybody in a bar is near the level of Drickus? Like, I don't understand what you're trying to say. Like, are you just trying to say that Drickus is on the same level in striking as a drunk guy in a bar? I don't understand what he's trying to say. Are you in a gang? Nope. Hamza wins a bar fight against everybody in the world. That's like saying Tom Aspinall would be trying to submit guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if you had Cyril Gahn in a street fight with you, would he be trying to outpoint his way to a decision while he's in a bar fight? What about Israel Adesanya? What about, any of these guys? What about Volkanovski? Would he try to win a decision? Grew same guy who wished death on Merab. Yeah. Michael Morales was beyond washed when he fought Merab, even though he wobbled Merab. Yeah, he was beyond washed. Guru's an overweight man talking shit about warriors. Yeah, I know. It is what it is. He's funny. Man, imagine Hamza in a bar fight. He would kill everybody with his bare hands. Yes, of course, bro. Hamza would easily like put his hands in someone's mouth, bro, like this, and then go break it. Sean O'Malley did better than DDP, but don't remember people giving him credit for landing good punches and stuffing some takedowns. Yeah, true. Robert Whittaker did better against RDR than DDP did against Hamza. Nobody give Rob his flowers. Yeah. Yeah, true. Well, that's the thing, right? You look at RDR versus Robert Whittaker. It's like RDR, if he could have held Rob down and getting crucifix in every fight, he would have done that, but he just couldn't. RDR, I mean, what is RDR gonna do to Chimaev? I think RDR is actually pretty good, so maybe RDR can pose some problems to Chimaev, but I just doubt it. I really think RDR is a bitter guy who doesn't like Chimaev because Chimaev beat him up. RB, bro. What are you talking about? You wish Hamza had more talking skills. You would have been a Connor level star. I mean, this is like his 6th language, so it is what it is. I don't expect him to be great. But what did anybody else say anything? I know Demetrius Johnson was also complaining about the fans. 6 languages. Yeah, Chimaev speaks like what? Russian, Chechnyan, um, English, Swedish, Arabic. That's 5? Probably speaks one more, let's be honest. Middleweight division is in safe hands yet. We will be active and we will dominate anybody. Dude, I think Anthony Hernandez, Chimaev could be a good fight in Abu Dhabi, or Chimaev versus RDR in Abu Dhabi would be fire. Chimaev RDR in Abu Dhabi would be good. I think RDR deserves it way more than Fluffy. Yeah, true. They didn't shut up about his cardio. Like they're so stupid. ITP MMA is coping bad, bro. He's genuinely coping. Rob was super hated until he booked against Umar. He was even more hated. MMA fans switch side fast. Yeah, they do switch side. Dude, people are so mad. It's crazy. Why did DDP even continue his after party? Nah, because they have it planned before the fight, right? So it's not like you just can't show up. But you might as well celebrate, win or lose. You won a bunch of money. I think DDP got like a couple mil. But Chimaev's a huge star. He's gonna remain a huge star. If he got a finish, he would have been a bigger star. But it is what it is. After Potter losing belt must be AIDS. No, I think if you get drunk enough, you could probably forget that you just got beat up for 5 rounds and dominated. Watching Chimaev perfectly fight and take down Drickus in round 4 and 5 was so funny because everybody's saying Whitaker would take him to deep waters. Dude, Whitaker, if he survived the first round, he would have lost every other round after. Do you think DDP will mentally recover from being utterly dominated? I think he comes back stronger. Yeah, for sure. How do you think DDP feels today? He probably feels really bad. He probably feels disappointed in himself. He probably feels like he should have done more. But he'll probably be back in the gym. It's funny how they talk trash about this cardio, but now they think he's on EPO. Yeah, true. Like, tell a story where you said that's not true. On a real note, I'm a miss DDP as champ. No hate to Chimaev, but I swear he better stay. No, Chimaev, dude, Chimaev will stay active 100%. Chimaev will stay active. He'll be more active than Drickus ever was. No sex tonight with his coach. Yeah, Drickus probably is upset because his coach will not let him smash. Love the title of your video. Absolute facts. Absolute. Feel like you're racist? No, I don't. You don't have to feel like it. I am. No, I'm kidding. It's so depressing from DDP's side because the issue wasn't that hard. It was the massive skill difference that he can't overcome. Yeah, he won't be able to overcome it. I mean, he can maybe like think he can get a KO at some point, but no. As long as the money good, Chimaev will come back. Yeah. If it was DDP who dominated Hamza for 5 rounds, City Hillbilly Modern Rednecks would start a propaganda campaign about how smart, high IQ, great generation. Yeah, that is so true. That's something that is so true. If DDP did to Chimaev what Chimaev did to DDP, people would be saying that that Drickus is like the second coming of Christ, bro. Like they would be praising this guy every possible chance they have. Like it's they would be. That is such a true thing. That is so true. If Drickus did that to Chimaev, they would, oh, dude, dude. But that's the thing, right? That's the thing. That's the thing. When Bryce Mitchell holds down Saeed Nurmagomedov for the entire time, it's, oh, dude, Bryce Mitchell's just better. Send him to Arkansas 2-3 years. Am I right? And then Drickus does it, and it's Chimaev does it, and it's like, dude, what a loser, inbred cliff dweller. Well, I got a beanie. You doing 1v1 against Guru? KO that fat. He's a big guy, so I'd probably have to head kick him. If I was fighting Guru, I'd have to head kick him, and I don't think I'd be able to because he's like, I'm like 5'11", he's like 6'4" or something. So that's a high kick I'd have to get to. So maybe I'd probably try to. If I was fighting Guru, I'd probably just outlast him. I'd probably try to get him to chase me, and then I'd probably just try to submit him, get him to the ground. You're 5'6". No, just like when Marab fought Umar, yeah. It's harassing when Chimaev does it, but when Bryce does it, it's flirting. Yeah, true. Deg is planning to rob a store with a ski mask after the stream. Nope, this isn't a ski mask. There's no holes for the eyes. That's not true at all. Yeah, it was just domination. That was a good fight, man. I think a lot of people are people just are upset because they don't like Chimaev. Is what it is. And my community's literally just racist anyways. Yeah, I mean it's so mainstream, it's so I don't understand. It's like when I see someone complaining about Chimaev's, like when someone complains about the fight, it's just like I know what type of fighters you like. I know when someone complains about Chimaev winning, I know they liked Colby. I know they hated Kamaru Usman. I know they liked Sean Strickland. I know who they like. I know they liked Pereira, you know? I know they like these guys. Like, it's so easily to read these guys. Me, you look at me, be like, oh, dude, you'd probably like Chimaev and Islam and Uncle Live. Those are your favorite fighters. No, 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 no. Chimaev, Sean O'Malley. You probably like Umar. No, I like Sean O'Malley, Jamal Hill, Chimaev, bro. Like, stop it. My guru, he couldn't fight you. He don't have functioning legs. True. Many of the same people glaze Marab for far less wrestling, grappling. Yeah, and way closer fights, too. Way less dominant fights. Against guys who are not on his level, too. They don't like Muslim or people who believe in God. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a traitor to my country and shit, man. I've been so happy praying on DDP's downfall for ages. How do I tell motherfuckers I'm so happy DDP lost? But there are a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people. You know? Anglo victimhood is the biggest among humans. They lost everything. They're on rage, rampage all the time. Imagine building an empire to give it to... Hi, bro. Jamal Hill? Yeah, I like Jamal Hill, man. Like, if I want one fighter to be a champion at every weight class, I'd want 125. I'd want probably Joshua Van. 35, Sean O'Malley. 45, probably John Silva. 55, I'd want... At 155, who'd I want to be champ? Probably Max Holloway. 70, I'd want... Oh, 170, who'd I want? I guess JDM I'd want as champ. Don't really have a dog in that race. 185, Chimaev. 205, probably Jamal Hill. Heavyweight, Sorogan. Imagine Chimaev was an American, he would be praised. Oh yeah, if it was Bo Nickel who did that to Drickus, people would be saying, or did that to RDR, or did something of that level, people would be like, dude, he's amazing, he's this, he's that. If it was Tom Aspinall who did that to John Jones, if Tom Aspinall did that to John Jones, I don't think anybody would be booing. Like, just think about that. If that was Tom Aspinall and John Jones, would MMA Guru give that same reaction? If that was JDM and Islam, and JDM was the guy that did that to Islam, would MMA Guru give that same reaction? If that was Piotr Jan who did that to Umar, would that give the same reaction from MMA Guru? No. So you start to change what would happen, and when your opinion starts to change based on who it's who's doing something and who's getting something done to them, if your opinion changes based on who it is, I mean, that's definition point blank biased. Like Sugar too, his fighting style, he always says it like it is. Yeah. Jamal Hill is Chinese. Yep. Let's be honest, if Marab did that, he would get supreme hate. He just loves his cousin, so everybody supports it. No. They were hating on Bo too. Why? Because he's Christian? No, they weren't hating on him, bro. Imagine not being able to objective watch people you don't even know personally. Yeah, I know. MMA Guru's like allergic to being objective in situations. He's genuinely allergic to being objective. He always sees things through the lens of I'm a complainer. And I think that level of like bitterness and hatred will eat at him at some point. I mean, he's already hates so much shit. Sean never seen that belt again though. I don't know. I don't know. Because if Umar, because Sean could easily be a champion again. Let's be honest. Sean O'Malley could easily be champion again. Sean O'Malley, because if Corey beats Marab, because that's a possibility. Will it happen? I don't know. But it's definitely a possibility because Marab is, what, 36 almost? Guru allergic to being happy? I think Guru likes to be angry instead of happy. I think he likes to complain. But he just screams. I cannot watch Guru's live stream reaction when a fighter he likes loses because he just gets mad and screams. And it's just like, that's just unwatchable. You screaming at your camera. Like, it's funny to see the crash out, but it's just too much. It's just too much. Guru's full of hate. He has an inferiority. Yeah. Guru's always doing that, bro. But he's funny though. He is funny. People say Chimaev's unbeatable. I don't know if he's unbeatable. I think there's guys who can give him some troubles. Fatty's actually gonna have a heart attack soon. Bro, he's not fat though. That's the thing. He's actually in pretty decent shape. Stop saying he's funny. He is funny, bro. Guru's 100% funny. He's a very funny guy. His live streams are really funny. He's quick. He's quick with it. His I want to see what Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo had to say. I just love how people get proven wrong. I wish I could confront people. Dude, I wish I could confront people about their picks. He is funny because he's fat? Nah, he's funny because he has good jokes, I feel. He's quick. He's witty, bro. He's really quick. Guru says Middle East don't have warrior genes. Same Middle East who won the 2 sword battles against the West in history. West only wins war with superior weapons, not bravery. Bro, what are you talking about? He says the Middle East doesn't have warrior genes. Chimaev is not from the Middle East. But who's a fighter from the Middle East? Who's a fighter from the Middle East? I don't know a fighter from the Middle East. Muhammad Yahya, is that a fighter from the Middle East? Bilal from Chicago. Bilal who speaks perfect English. Bilal, born and or raised in Chicago for 99% of his life. He's not Middle Eastern, bro. He's American. I don't know. You're racist. Bro, Bilal is an American citizen. I don't understand. Middle East don't have any fighting gyms? No. Chimaev born in Chechnya? Yeah. MMA is not a thing in the Middle East. Okay, then why the fuck are you talking about the Middle East, bro? If you're talking about fighting genes, if they don't fight, then maybe they don't have fighting genes. Your grandpa was German, so you guess you're German. I mean, I don't know. Very funny joke. No, every non-Western fighter is inbred according to him. Yeah, true. Yeah. But they do have high levels of inbreeding in the Caucasus region. Like Chechnya and Dagestan, they do have like, I think it's like 70% marriages are close relatives. So he's not wrong. That's like that's not a infactual, it's not a statement based in mythology or something. Why is there no Turkish fighters? They ruled almost the whole world. Ibo Aslan, he's a fighter. Because there's more there's more to there's more to ruling the world than fighting genes. It's about resources. It's about strategic planning. It's about timing. It's about lots of things. One average fighter from Turkey, true. So Mongolians who invaded the world are not warriors because they don't have MMA fighters. In modern day, they're not real. They don't have lots of warrior genes. Not today, not today. The Mongolians that ruled the world, Genghis Khan. I mean, of course they have warrior genes. But if you're talking modern day, do they? I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. I think some of these guys just have fighter genes. Like the guys from the Caucasus, Armenia, Georgia, um, Chechnya, Dagestan, Ingushetia. Then you even go to like Mexico, America, Britain, Ireland. They have Kazakhstan, um, Russia. They have some fighting genes. Like these people have fighting genes. Alexander the Great, Australians, I guess too, right? It's a sport, bro. Sport. Okay, then how else are you supposed to judge it? You want to judge it based on what happened thousands of years ago? You want to judge the people of today by things that happened thousands of years ago? I don't know. China's got some pretty good fighting genes too. But when you look at combat sports or even fighting sports, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, judo, kickboxing, karate, you look at these places, these people, there's like a certain couple countries that are just naturally good at these things. Mongolia is basically same as Kazakh. Yeah, it's pretty close. Mongolia is kind of like it's just a buffer state at this point. They don't really have much going on. What about Brazil? Yeah, Brazil, they got the guys in the favelas, they got real fighting spirit for sure. Yeah, they have real fighting spirit. Persians are good at wrestling. Yeah, Iranian. Yeah, people from Iran, they're good too. They have really good wrestling. They have good fighting spirits. But you got to remember, call any person from Iran an Arab, and they're gonna get extremely mad at you. So they don't consider themselves Arabs, and I wouldn't either. DDP taking his mask off and revealing he was Hamzat all along. Yeah, I was expecting the flying pianos coming down the whole fight. Iran has ton of Olympic medals. Yeah, they're good. They're good. They're good. They're good. They're good. You think it's about living conditions? No, I don't think so. Because people from all sorts of living conditions are able to be warriors. I mean, look at Americans. Um, Look at Israel Adesanya. He lived a pretty lavish lifestyle from childhood all the ways up. Um, he turned out to be a warrior, right? Then you look at guys, Chimaev, war-torn country. He ended up being a warrior. You look at Reiner de Ritter. He's from the Netherlands. Like, isn't that's probably one of the most like privileged places in the world is the Netherlands. So he's a warrior too. I don't know if it's about conditions. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what makes somebody a warrior, or makes a certain group of people a warrior. But there's definitely something. There's definitely something. I think it's about. Well, you look at Chechnya, you look at Dagestan, you look at that area of Russia. I mean, they've been invaded so many times. They were invaded by the Mongols, invaded by the Persians, the Ottomans. They're invaded by like everybody at all points in time. So they became like just such. They became warriors through time by being invaded. A warrior with pink nails, for real, for real. Yes, Adesanya is a warrior with pink nails. It is what it is. But Chechens, Dagestanis have it in their blood. Yeah, I mean they've been invaded so many times, like it's crazy. They've been invaded by literally everybody who's ever been on that part of the world. They were invaded by the Persians, invaded by the Mongolians. They just been brutalized nonstop. So the people who survived were the ones who made it out. Afghanistan's is best at what you're describing. After getting invaded by literally every superpower, but they became tough. What are they good at? What is Afghanistan good at, bro? Keeping invaders out? But why do you think they're a strong country now? Like, what makes you believe they're like a super strong country? They just haven't recovered yet. They haven't had time to recover. In the end, it's about training, so it doesn't really matter where you're from. You're Kurdish, Kurdistan. People here don't even watch MMA. My father was in army, but he was in political prisoner. He had become mountain rebel, survived chemical attack. Okay, thanks for letting me know. I'm just saying that defense, they're not. They're pretty shit. Works like a maniac. He's 7 years old, and when he see MMA, he says they look at those barbaric savages. It's yeah. I mean, yeah. To some people, it does look like barbaric savagery when you see people fighting and grabbing and holding and throwing and beating people up. It does look like some savagery, but when you understand the nuance of it, it's dope. There's no Kurdistan. What the fuck this guy talking about? It's a region in Iraq, is what it says. In Iraq? That was this? Aren't they beefing with Turkey? Everybody's beefing with Turkey. Even Turkey's beefing with Turkey. All right, boys. Thank you for being here. Turk spotted. All right, boys. I'm dipping. Thank you for being here. It's been your boy Dag, mate. I'm gonna get some videos going for the rest of the day today. We'll see what happens. It's been your boy Dag, man. I'm signing out. Peace. Thank you all for being here.